Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be checking this out, the new JBL Authentics 500. Today we're going to be seeing how it sounds, how it is to use, and if I think you should get one. All that soon to come, but if you guys could please hit those like and subscribe buttons, that would really help me out as a small channel. And with all that out of the way, let's get into this. Okay, so what even is this thing? It's basically a home stereo system in a box. So instead of having 5 speakers like surround sound type of thing, it's all in one unit. The subwoofer, it's got 3 tweeters and 3 woofers all in one package. So that's really easy to set up and it's really easy to tune. You don't have to worry about like getting spacing or anything like that. It's all prepackaged in the box. Now, obviously there's going to be some benefits and some drawbacks to that approach, but that's pretty much what this thing is. So now that we know what it is, let's get into how does it actually sound? Because that's obviously the most important part. And I gotta say, it's really, really good. Especially considering that it's only in like one package. It's not like surrounding you throughout the room. It does an amazing job of filling the space, especially with like a full and pretty dynamic sound. It's got clear highs, pretty solid mids, and a surprising amount of bass, especially considering it's only got a 6.5-inch subwoofer instead of like a full like external subwoofer. It does a really, really good job of just giving you a full and pretty solid sound. It doesn't sound like small or like a portable speaker. It really does sound like a full stereo system, all just in one small package. And it's not even like quiet. It actually puts out about 270 watts of power. So it's a pretty solid experience. Like, I mean, you're not gonna be like throwing raves or anything, but for like listening to music at like a house party or something like that, this is more than enough. You'll definitely be able to annoy your neighbors. It also does all this without overpowering small spaces. So even if you put it into like a small bedroom or something like that, it definitely still sounds good. It doesn't like overpower the space, because I know some other speakers have a tendency to do that, but it does a really good job of still sounding crisp and clear even when put into a smaller space. That's pretty much all my opinions on the sound, but people always ask for examples, so I tend to throw that in here. I will give the disclaimer that it's not going to sound exactly like it will for you. Obviously, like YouTube's compression, the microphone I'm using, and the headphones you're listening to it on all play a part in changing the sound and how it sounds, but people always ask for it, so I tend to throw it in here, so we'll do that now.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's alive. Yeah, the whispers all around say she.
Okay, so now that we know how it sounds and we've heard it, let's get into the other important part here, usability. Because even if it sounds great, if it's really hard to use, no one's gonna want it, especially at this price, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I have to say, it's actually surprisingly easy to use. So it's an AirPlay client, and all you have to do is plug it in. There's not even a power button. It's not battery powered, I'm gonna put that in there, but you basically just plug it in, leave it there, and then it just sits on your home network as an AirPlay client. And anytime you wanna connect to it, you literally just go into settings, click AirPlay, and it works. Super easy to use. Works amazing. Like I love it, especially because sometimes you open the music app and it'll actually like recommend it as a device, so you don't even have to like do the thing where you like go over to it and press the Bluetooth button or anything like that. Automatically works. I will say it does also have the ability to do 3.5mm jack or USB or Bluetooth, so it does have other options, but when I've been using it, AirPlay is always just what I go to. Also because that allows you to use Dolby Atmos, so if you have music that benefits from that, I mean, you can use it. I will say personally, I don't really see a whole lot of difference between Atmos and non-Atmos, but some people really like it, especially in the comments. So therefore, if you want it, it's here. It also has the ability to kind of change the sound signature. So there's knobs on the top for bass and treble, and you can basically change it and raise the highs, lower the highs, raise the bass, make it more bass heavy, whatever. You can change all of that. It's not like a super dynamic EQ. It's not like there's like 10 different spots. It's basically got like lows, mids, highs, and you can adjust each one of them. So you can do it with the dials on top, or you can do it in the app. So it is really easy to do. I really wouldn't mess with it unless you were super really trying to get bass heavy or something like that for like a party, I guess. I don't know. I think you probably should just leave it as is. But I will say that the dials do look very nice on top. It makes it look like more of a full system, because otherwise you just literally have like the like button, Bluetooth, and the power knob. So I guess this kind of fills out the controls. Don't know why, but it is a nice touch. I will also point out that this thing does have Amazon Alexa compatibility, and I think Google Home as well, or whatever it's called. I don't use that, so I don't really, I don't care. I think Alexa's creepy personally, but some people may like it. So if you like it, it is compatible with all that stuff. Kind of continuing on, it's not as much usability, but just like the kind of overall feel of the device is incredibly premium. Like everything's really nice, shiny metal, and then the like wrap is like leather. It kind of gives the vibe of like an old amplifier or something like that. I mean, that's kind of like, I think with their branding, at least where they were going with it. And I think they definitely delivered. It like feels incredibly premium. Like all of the parts of it are just super nice to use. And I don't know. As a device, it is expensive, but it also looks expensive. So if you're like trying to put it in your living room or something, I mean, as long as the color scheme and all that matches, it's definitely gonna like not feel just like a toy sitting there, like a RGB speaker or something would. Last thing I want to mention about for usability is it does have Ethernet on the back. So if you don't want to use a Wi-Fi network and you want to have everything plugged in through Ethernet, this is compatible with that. So don't worry, just figured throw that in there. But that's pretty much all I have for usability. So now let's get into the conclusion, I guess. Overall, I really do think it's a solid purchase. It's very expensive, I will say that. But what you're buying is basically JBL's highest line of premium home speakers that are just kind of self-contained units. So this is their like top tier product, so it is expensive. I will say that they do have a 200 and a 300 as well. I actually did a review of the 300, so if you're looking for something a little bit smaller but still pretty similar, you can go check that out. But overall, it is a nice product. It is expensive though, and you could probably get something better like audio-wise for cheaper, but it's going to require more tuning on your part, more setup on your part. You're going to probably have to get amplifiers, run wires to different speakers, and set the whole thing up. This is a one-wire solution. You literally just plug it in and it's good to go. So if that's something you care about, then I mean, maybe it's good for you. I don't know if I personally would buy it. I think it's a little bit expensive for what it is, but it's really, really nice. I don't want to say that it's bad because it's very good, just very expensive. So if that's what you're in the market for, I think this is a solid option. And if you have any questions about it, just feel free to let me know in the comments. I will do my best to respond to them. Sometimes people ask questions I just don't know the answers to, so I don't really respond to those. But if you have anything else, just let me know. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys could like and subscribe, that'd really help me out as a small channel, as I said earlier. And that's pretty much it. So thanks.